Well, we are out and about today getting you ready for a huge holiday coming up on Monday. Did you know May 13th is National Apple Pie Day, a celebration of the timeless treat, the dessert that never goes out of style. We are here at Buttermilk Sky Pie, where they make apple pie fresh every day. All right, we are taking you back where all the magic happens. We have our gloves on, we have got our aprons. She's making peanut butter pie over there, but Caroline is focusing on the granny apple. And Caroline,
Yes.
Thanks for having us out.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I'm happy that you guys are here.
Well, you were telling me a little bit about your story with Buttermilk Sky Pie, and I know this is just such a sweet place for you
Yes.
in so many ways.
Yes, it's like home to me here. It really is.
And making pies, something you've been doing for many years that you enjoy.
Yes, I love it.
Today we're warming the heart by celebrating the apple pie. How popular is your granny apple pie?
Our granny apple is very, very popular. We have people come in all the time saying, you know, this tastes just like my grandmother's pie. So it's so special that we have a pie that people can relate to their home too. We've got our 9-inch and then we've got our 4-inch right here. We also have them in the little 2-inch available as well.
Love those little tiny
Yes.
ones as well.
Yes.
And we can eat more.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, so how do we get started? It looks like you've already got the crust.
Yeah, so we've got the crust out here. We use an apple dry mix, which is already in the apples right now, that we put on top of them when we first make some and when we first get the apples done. And we just mix it all together. It's sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon that we just put in the apples. And then what we'll do is we'll just pick them up and we'll just, you know, make sure there's no excess water or anything dripping off of them.
Okay.
And place them in there. So you can
Okay.
just grab a few for
Okay.
the smaller ones.
And these are big slices of
They're
apple.
very big apples, yes.
Now, do you use a particular apple? I'm guessing since it's the granny.
Yes, we use a Granny Smith apple.
Okay.
Just because everything's so sweet, we like to have our apples a little more tart just to not overdo it on the sweetness.
Okay.
But it's still a very sweet pie.
And it's so patriotic, right? It's
Yes.
an American as
It's
apple
an American pie. Yes, that's what it is. It's just an American apple pie.
Okay, and you kind of loaded yours. How am I doing?
You're doing great. That's perfect. Yes.
They smell so good.
Yes.
And here at Buttermilk Sky Pie, you were telling me you guys make everything from scratch.
Yes, everything right down to the crust you see here is pressed here, made from scratch here. We take pride in that because, you know, there's not a lot of places around here that do that anymore, so we take pride in our made from scratch things.
Okay, so here we go. How'd we do?
Perfect. Those are beautiful. Those
Okay.
are perfect. All right. So then what we do, we take our brown sugar crumble,
Oh.
and this is brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter that we
Butter.
take and we put on top of it. Yes, a whole lot of butter. And I just pick it up and I just sprinkle some on and pat it down.
Okay.
And you just want to get enough to cover all the apples on the top.
Okay, so we're sprinkling and patting.
Yes.
Oh, and it makes that perfect crust.
Yes, it does.
I suppose all that butter in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the good stuff.
You get excited to eat it before it's even in the oven.
And you can have apple pies, of course, a few different ways. How do you like your apple pie? Do you like it warmed up? Do you like
Oh yes, my favorite is warmed up with a scoop of ice cream on top.
Of course, you can get that right here.
You
can't
can get that here. You can also get it completely and totally mixed in ice cream, kind of like a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. We call them our Cloud 9s. This summer, they're gonna be super popular and you're gonna want them. Okay, so these are done and they're ready to go in the oven. We start out baking them at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And then we'll check them and then we take the temperature down to 275 and do it for another 20 minutes. And they come out perfectly crisp and they're beautiful.
All right, the apple pies have come out of the oven and they are beautiful. Look at the crumble, the way it forms that.
Held you nice and crispy on the top.
All right, and you don't normally cut the big pies because you either sell them by the big pie or they can have their own.
Right.
And then it's a judgment-free zone, however you want to eat your pie.
Yeah, people just stick a fork in it, eat it right from the middle if they want.
Ah, I love it. But you're going to try and cut so
I'm going to try and
the
cut.
inside.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yes, fresh out of the oven too.
You can see the heat
rising from it, yes.
It does not get any better than
No,
that.
it doesn't.
Oh, look at this.
The perfect apple pie.
It is the perfect apple pie. And of course, you're getting ready to celebrate all pies this weekend.
All
Huge
pies
weekend.
this weekend, yes, and mothers, yes.
And they are, of course, open on Monday to celebrate National Apple Pie Day. On Mondays, they are open from 10 until 7. So you could bake your own, or you could just come here and let Caroline and the rest of the crew at Buttermilk Sky Pie do it for you. Thank you so much for hosting us.
Thank you for coming. We're happy you're here.
All I need is a fork.